Right now we have another speaker, Vaidyanath Swamy, who will take us through the second session of the day. Basically, annual reports can go much beyond the numbers and financials which are mandatory. How can we look at this report as a communication tool to stakeholders, donors and volunteers? And how can we use this report to highlight a non-profit's mission and impact, thank the volunteers and make a case for donating to the organization? And what makes a non-profit annual report captivating? Vaidy will share stories on how annual reports can be a great tool to go above and beyond its primary purpose. With that, I pass the mic on to Vaidy.
Okay, just checking. Okay, good morning, still morning, everyone. I know it's been a fairly long morning, so I'm trying to look at the clock. It's 11:40. I'm trying to finish it by 11:55, which is 15 minutes. Because the good news is half of my presentation was covered by so it makes my class much easier. Okay, a bit of my background. I come from the corporate world, about 28 years of experience in Procter & Gamble and Kellogg's and other places. I'm relatively new to charities. About 4 years I'm a member of the Bizlink board. So relatively new, so you guys are all experts here. But on the other side, what I can bring is a bit of my corporate expertise, and that's what I wanted to share with you here. Okay, so now I do coaching, I do consulting, and I volunteer. So 1 week traveling in luxurious staying in luxurious hotels for private equity. The other week, staying in a farm in Indonesia, helping them set up some SOPs for finance. By the way, I realize a bunch of us are chartered accountants here. I hope I won't be doing accounting speak. Okay, let's start with the first topic. What are the expectations from you in your roles as heads or leaders of charity? Forget annual report for a moment. What are your expectations? Anybody? I don't volunteer people, but anybody wants to make what are your expectations?
See my team succeed at what they do.
Fantastic. Team should succeed in what they do. Others?
Transparency. Ensure we deliver our mission.
Deliver your mission. Fantastic. What else?
Transparency.
Transparency. Good. That's a nice sound I'm hearing since morning. So, very good. What else? What else? Okay. Interest of time. If it was 30 minutes, I would have waited for 1 more minute. But anyway, so there are many points in terms of, I have listed a few. One of the things is how do you make sure that the donor contributions stay and keep growing, not the 36% decline. How do you build your organization's awareness amongst well-wishers and people who would like to participate? How do you maximize the impact amongst beneficiaries? And of course, given the core of the discussion, ensuring compliance, building organization, etc. There are many more, but I just wanted to highlight a few that came to my mind. Now, of course, what is the one key activities that is needed in order to achieve this? One of the key elements is effective communication, right? And that's one of the key elements in order to deliver this and many of your missions. So in terms of communication, you have to communicate to donors, beneficiaries, general public, government, and a bunch of people. And now obviously you can't run an ad in Straits Times, Channel U, Mayo Chet, right? So small charities, large charities, no, not a lot of money. So the key thing is how do you use your annual report or your website as a means of communicating effectively. So think of the one key message I wanted to share is think of annual report as a communication tool. Forget, he's gone, right? Forget it as, yes, you have to meet the government requirements, right? Absolutely important, right? That's a requirement, I would agree with that. But also use it as a means of meeting your objective. Okay, think of it as, how do I make, I need to do this, but how can I use it to meet the objective for which the charity is set up? That's the key message. How do you entice the donors? How do you excite? Think of it like how do you sell a Pantene shampoo, right? I come from that word, so I'll use that analogy. How do I invite the volunteers? Many people need volunteers and talents to participate. How do I invite the volunteers? how do you incite the beneficiaries? How do people come and say, I want to give you money for your cause? That is the key message of this annual report. How do you use it as a communication? So, I have a few tips. I'm not very, the parent is a wonderful, this is a great acronym that has been coined, and I would really recommend it. It's a fantastic one. I had a few tips. Some of them match, some of them are more, so I wanted to share that with you. Okay? So, the first one is identifying the audience. So, comes back to who is your key. I'll be shuffling back and forth, but the first one is identifying the audience. So what I want you to do now is take a minute and tell me who are you targeting through your annual report. Not the Commissioner of Charities, but who are you targeting? So take 30 seconds and then I'm going to ask you, what's the profile of that individual? Okay, volunteers?
Yes.
I heard a sound. Come on, it's all about volunteering. Come on, let's volunteer. Yes.
A big heart.
A big?
Person has a big heart and has money.
Okay, a person with a big heart and who has money. Okay, good, excellent. What else? Or who else?
Corporates.
Corporates. Okay, specific corporates. Could be SMEs, could be multinationals who are willing to contribute for a cause. Anybody else? Come on.
People with influence.
People with influence who can say more?
Spread our message and share what.
Okay, people with influence who can spread your message and share what you do. Okay, communicating your mission to more people. Okay, good. What else? Who else?
People who believe in the mission.
People who believe in the mission.
The organization mission.
Okay.
I know you're probably looking for some other profile.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not looking for
beneficiaries.
anybody, any profile.
No, like beneficiaries, but at the end of the day, because these are numbers and results, it's everything everybody else just said. Donors, stakeholders, corporate partners, people with a heart.
Yeah.
I think that you're being honest.
Yeah. No, that's a very fair point. The only request I have is try to be specific. The more narrow your target is through your annual report. Annual report happens every year, right? So before you start publishing it, say, hey, look, who should we be going after? Should we be going after donors or volunteers or beneficiaries? Even within donors, who are you? Are you going after corporates? Are you going after individuals with a big heart? And try to tailor your message accordingly. Because in our good old world of corporate, so I'm now good. If I have to sell a Pantene shampoo, I cannot say I'm targeting all women and men of Singapore. It won't work. It won't work for me, right? Right? Yeah. I don't use a lot of Pantene shampoo. But then, okay, I'm targeting women. Doesn't work. Pantene targets women who are working women between the age group of 35 to 54. Now, why? That's a separate story. We don't have time for that. But coming back to the annual report, just focus on who your target is and who are you targeting, and tailor your message. Put yourself, describe the person. That this group of person, the person with the big heart is Mr. So-and-so who has their own business up to $100 million of net worth and who is willing to. So then you're tailoring your message. So that's the one key message I wanted to share. And I think I lost my word. So the next one is stating the mission. Back to the purpose, the P. So I won't belabor this, but I have a picture. So this is the first page of an annual report. Empowering vulnerable youth across Indonesia to become independent, contributing and responsible members of society. The first page states the mission clearly. And so if anybody wants to participate in that, of course there is a beautiful farm, etc. But I think the message of the mission becomes very clear. Okay? The next one is telling a story. Somebody here was talking about telling a story. And that's again a fantastic point. And see, here is a story. of that particular, the association that I was referring to in Indonesia, how people who are victims or who had problems in the past went to that farm, learned farming, and did something better and got a great job. So it tells a story. So telling a story always makes a huge difference, rather than giving speeches like what I'm doing now. Right? Okay, the third one is, numbers. And impactful numbers, really impactful. 56 million children reached through our partnership work. 10 policy changes. 129 emergencies that we have responded to. Key message makes a big difference. Continuing, again, whatever your charity is, the message has to be very impactful. The other one is using strong visuals. I'll come to this. Using very strong visuals. So look at this visual where even the graph, this is about a charity that focuses on animal welfare. So even the graph is in the form of a very cute visual of the animal, the bird, the feather. So it's very, very impactful. Again, back to the marketing of what corporates do. This one, I think this was not here, but this is one thing which is very close to my heart. Call to action. You see all these ads, no? Order now, call now for discount, right? But I think it has to, your charity's message, the simpler it is. I do a lot of work with World Vision, and one of the things which really attracted me to World Vision was when I was in India a long time ago, it said at 100 rupees a month, you can provide education for a child. And I thought, oh my God, I would love to do that. And that's what prompted me to start the relationship with World Vision. Of course, that 100 rupees has become $120 over time, but nevertheless, the message stands. Right? Again, another example of a very strong call to action. I wanted to show one video of a classic annual report which sends the message through the annual report. Now, I don't think this is a small charity, it's a big charity, so it had a little bit of money to spend, but nevertheless, I wanted to share that with you. Do I just click it?
Yeah, with the mouse.
Just click it.
Solar energy is the main business of our client Austria Solar. That's why we thought about how we could put this energy to paper. The idea was executed using an innovative printing technology which was used for the first time in this context. The result? The first annual report powered by the sun. Its content remains invisible until sunlight falls on its pages. The Austria Solar Annual Report 2011, powered by the sun.
You must be wondering, I'm in a motorbike shop trying to buy a motorbike and I'm showing you the Mercedes Benz, but it's good to see the Mercedes Benz. Right? Okay. So those are the key tips. I'll just come back to the key elements of it, which is identifying the audience, who your target is, stating the mission very clearly, telling a story which can entice them, which can bring them to it, focus on numbers which are very impactful, very strong visual, and a call to action. Right? So, with that, I just wanted to summarize. Yes. So, just wanted to share a few last points. Think like the other person. What would you like your, who is going to read your report, who is going to be your audience, and what do you want them to see? Keep it sweet and simple. Okay, this acronym is not difficult to remember. Pictures say 1,000 words, right? You have a saying in Chinese, right? Buy one guru, there's something like this. I forget buy one guru. Right. And it does not have to be expensive. I'm not expecting a solar type of a report, but it doesn't have to be expensive. Right? With that, I still have 1 minute to go, but thank you very much.